With God of War Ragnarok around the corner, now is the perfect time for a recap that covers what Kratos and Atreus have gone through in God of War 2018 and where they stand now. I'm Becky from Respawn First, and in this video I'm going to give you a quick recap of the events that lead to God of War Ragnarok. God of War starts with Kratos burning the body of his dead wife, Faye. We learn that her dying wish was for her ashes to be scattered from the highest peak in all the realms. To fulfill this wish, Kratos and his son must embark on a dangerous journey which Kratos believes his son is not ready for since he cannot control his anger. Kratos hears a strange man outside his hut, yelling at him to come out. This stranger claims to know what Kratos and his son are. Kratos heads out to confront this stranger after hiding Atreus under the floorboards, directing him not to come out. The stranger picks a fight with Kratos, and while Kratos tries to avoid conflict, things get out of control. Kratos and the stranger battle each other, and we learn that the stranger has a high resistance to pain and godly powers of his own. During this battle, the stranger explains that Odin sent him to find answers. Seeing no hope for a peaceful resolution to this conflict, Kratos is then forced to snap the stranger's neck and throw his body off a cliff. Kratos, now realizing they are not safe in their own home, he collects his son and sets off on a quest to the highest peak in all the 9 realms to fulfill his wife's wishes. During their journey, the pair encounter a dwarf named Brock, who claims to have forged the Leviathan axe for Faye with his brother Sindri. Kratos reluctantly allows him to improve the axe. Further along, Atreus spots a strange-looking boar and shoots an arrow at it. He manages to wound the animal and chases after it, only to run into the Witch of the Woods, who criticizes the duo for wounding a one-of-a-kind creature. Kratos carries the beast to the witch's home under a giant turtle. The Witch of the Woods claims to know what Kratos and his son are, and that the gods of this realm would be looking for both of them. After Kratos and his son help the witch heal the boar, she marks them with a rune that'll hide them from the gods. The father and son say goodbye to the witch and head to the Lake of the Nine in a boat. This is where they discover a riddle written on a statue that reads, "Sacrifice your arms to the center of the water. Awaken again the cradle of the world." Kratos then throws his axe into the lake, awakening the giant world serpent from its slumber. With the giant snake out of the water level drops, allowing Kratos access to the Temple of Tyr, the Norse god of war. Proceeding forward, the duo meet Brock's brother Sindri, who also upgrades the Leviathan axe. Kratos and his boy then proceed up the mountain, where they find a black breath blocking their path. The Witch of the Woods arrives and tells them that the only thing that can clear the black breath is the light of Alfheim. She takes Kratos and the boy to the realm travel room, which they can use to get to Alfheim. As the trio gets to Alfheim, the witch is sucked out of the realm. Kratos and the boy head towards the light of Alfheim, where they find that the dark and light elves are engaged in a war. The duo fights their way through the dark elves to get to the source of the light. Kratos hands the Leviathan axe to Atreus and heads into the light, where he hears Atreus talking to his late wife about how Kratos has been distant. Kratos sees Faye too, but before he can get to her, Atreus pulls him out of the light. Atreus screams at Kratos for leaving him for so long. Kratos says that he was only away for a few minutes, but looking around he sees the remains of a battle between the boy and the dark elves. Both press on with the light of Alfheim in their possession. They make their way back to Midgard and to the mountain, where they use the light of Alfheim to clear the black breath. As the pair proceed up the mountain, they encounter a dragon, which they manage to escape from, but they later find the same dragon attacking the dwarf Sindri. Kratos then kills the dragon with the help of his son. In return, Sindri gives Atreus some mistletoe arrows. As the father and son progress further up the mountain, they see the stranger that came to their house with 2 other men talking to someone with one glowing eye stuck inside a tree. The stranger turns out to be one of Odin's sons, Baldur. Baldur asks the man in the tree regarding where Kratos was headed, but he claims to not know. After Baldur and his friends leave, Kratos talks to the man in the tree and learns that he is Mimir, the smartest man alive. Mimir explains that the highest peak in all the realms is not the mountain that they are on, but in the realm of the giants. He claims that the only bridge to the realm is locked away with a rune that only a giant would know. The boy mentions that all the giants are dead, but Mimir offers his help in talking to the only remaining one. Mimir then asks Kratos to cut off his head to free him from the tree. Kratos cuts off the head and takes it to the Witch in the Woods to reanimate. At the witch's home, the witch sees the mistletoe arrows that the boy is carrying and destroys them. She warns Kratos and his son of their danger and replaces them with her own arrows. She then brings Mimir's head back to life. As Mimir comes back to life, he identifies the witch in the woods as the goddess Freya, Odin's former wife. After this revelation, Kratos, Atreus, and Mimir head over to the Temple of Tyr, where they speak with the last remaining giant in Midgard, the World Serpent. The serpent points them in the direction of a magical chisel that will help them carve the rune that will get them to the realm of the giants. Before they can get to the chisel, they encounter the two people Baldur was talking to, Magni and Modi, the sons of Thor. This results in a long battle, and Kratos is forced to kill Magni. Modi, however, runs off in fear. After getting the chisel, Mimir warns Kratos of the consequences of killing Thor's son. Using the chisel, the trio is able to enter the secret chamber of Tyr, where they are ambushed by Modi. During the conflict, Modi insults Faye, and Atreus experiences Spartan rage in a fit of anger. This overwhelms Atreus and makes him lose consciousness. Kratos manages to beat Modi, takes away his weapons, and makes him run away. Kratos then rushes his son to Freya. During his journey, he hears someone call on the World Serpent. At the witch's hut, Freya explains that the true nature of the boy is fighting inside of him, and that keeping his true nature secret is what's causing this illness. Freya asks Kratos to go to Helheim to get the heart of the Bridge Keeper, which is required to cure the boy. Freya mentions that the intense cold will make the Leviathan axe useless in the realm of the dead. Kratos returns home to get the Blades of Chaos. While retrieving the Blades of Chaos, Kratos sees a vision of Athena, the Greek goddess who claims that Kratos will never change and will always remain a monster. Kratos accepts this, but says that he's at least no longer her monster. Kratos travels to Helheim, gets to the Bridge of the Damned, where he kills the Bridge Keeper and rips out its heart. After the encounter, Kratos sees a vision of his father Zeus. He asks Mimir how that is possible, and Mimir warns Kratos not to follow the vision, as hell is known to torture people with experiences from their past. Kratos then takes the heart back to Freya, who uses it to cure Atreus. While doing her magic, Freya tells Kratos of her son, who was prophesied to die young. Freya made a sacrifice to protect the child from dying, but that backfired and led to her son resenting her. After Atreus is cured, Kratos thanks Freya for her help, and Kratos, Atreus, and Mimir leave for Tyr's vault. During the journey, Kratos tells his son that he is a god from a faraway land, which makes Atreus a god as well. He explains that when he moved to this land, he resorted to living his life as a regular man. The boy is shocked by this news and asks whether his mother was a god as well. Kratos responds that she was a mortal. Inside Tyr's vault, the pair get the Black Rune, which allows them to travel to the realm of the giants. Further down the path, Kratos and the boy encounter Modi, who has been beaten up by Thor for running away and letting his brother die. Modi does not appear to be a threat, but after he insults Faye, Atreus stabs him in the neck and throws him off a ledge. Kratos scolds the boy for killing an enemy that has already been defeated. He also mentions that there are consequences to killing a god which are not to be taken lightly. The pair are able to get to the summit of the mountain, where they open the portal to the realm of the giants, but before they can pass through, they are attacked by Baldur. During the fight, the portal is destroyed, and the only known way to the realm of the giants is lost. The fight takes everyone to Helheim, where Kratos and Atreus learn that Baldur is Freya's son. Freya has put a spell on Baldur in order to protect him from death, which not only kept him from feeling pain but also devoids him from the pleasures of life. Baldur begged Freya to remove the spell, but she did not listen. Baldur even tried to strangle Freya but lets her live. While trying to get back to Midgard, the group learns that Tyr had his own way of traveling between realms. They discover that Tyr had another chamber that would lead them to the land of the giants. Brock and Sindri help make the key to the chamber. Inside the chamber, Kratos finds the Unity Stone, an object that allowed Tyr to travel between realms. Kratos uses the stone to restore the way to the realm of the giants. The travel crystal, however, is missing, so they cannot travel to the realm of the giants and need Mimir's missing eye. The dwarves mention seeing it on Thor's statue, but the statue was eaten by the World Serpent. The group get on a boat and head inside the belly of the World Serpent in order to find the missing eye. Kratos finds the eye and sticks it back into Mimir's head. On their way out, the group feel enormous blows and the World Serpent spits them out before fainting. Freya arrives on the scene to investigate. Baldur arrives as well and finds his mother with his enemies. Baldur threatens to hurt Freya, but Kratos intervenes and fights him off. During the fight, Baldur hits Atreus, and a piece of the mistletoe arrow that Atreus used to repair his quiver with gets lodged in Baldur's hand. This turns out to be the weakness to Freya's spell. The fight between Kratos and Baldur continues, with Baldur now feeling pain. Freya meanwhile tries to break the fight, knowing that her spell has been broken and that Baldur is now vulnerable to death. Kratos tries to strangle Baldur, but Atreus reminds him that they don't need to kill a defeated enemy. Kratos spares Baldur, warning him to leave Freya and Atreus alone. Baldur, however, ignores the warning and tries to strangle Freya. Kratos intervenes again and says that the cycle ends here. We must be better than this. He snaps Baldur's neck, killing him once and for all. Freya curses Kratos and promises to take revenge for killing her only child. Kratos then tells Atreus about his history and how he killed innocent people, and even his own father. Atreus asks whether he is cursed to kill his father as well, to which Kratos replies that we will be the gods we choose to be, not those who have been. Freya takes Baldur's body and walks away silently. The pair then travel to the realm of the giants. Mimir is left with Brock and Sindri so that Kratos and his son can have some privacy. Now alone, the father and son explore a mural that shows all the events the two had lived through, including the battle with Baldur. We learn that Kratos wasn't the only parent with secrets. Atreus learns that his mother was a giant, making him half god and half giant. Kratos also learns that Baldur was not actually looking for him but was sent by Odin to look for Faye. As Atreus moves ahead, Kratos finds a panel that depicts Atreus screaming in pain while holding a dead man's body in his lap, a possible prediction of Kratos dying. At the peak of the highest mountains in all of the 9 realms, the father and son see the remains of dead giants, and they scatter Faye's ashes. Atreus says that the murals refer to him as Loki. Kratos then recalls that Loki was the name Faye had chosen for Atreus when he was born. With their quest completed, Kratos and Atreus go home and rest. In a vision, we see Kratos and Atreus being woken up by a thunderstorm. Both of them head out of the house to see a large hooded man. Kratos confronts the man and asks him who he is. The man pushes his cloak aside to reveal Mjolnir, revealing that the man is Thor, the god of thunder and Odin's son.